Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to Lisa's Coloring Corner. Well, Belba Family did it again. They came out with another Mystery Mosaics coloring book, and this one is called Wow Cats. I was so hoping they would come out with a cat book. Because they had the dog book out quite a while ago, and I did a flip through and review of that in a prior video. I was hoping, yeah, that they would do a cat's book. Now I'm restarting the beginning of this video over because for some reason the video itself kind of started after this intro, so I don't know what happened. So if I repeat myself right here in the beginning, I apologize. So yeah, I am, I'm hoping, that, and I'm anticipating that they're going to continue to come out with these mystery mosaics. Would be great to have, say, a flowers one, or birds, or, and I think I talk about that later in the video because, like I said, no, I recorded that other part yesterday, so again, I'm not sure what I all said. But I believe where the next part starts off is I start with showing that before I showed this on my channel, I had to go ahead and color 3 of the pictures in here. So I believe I believe that's where the next part of this video starts up. So I am going to leave this intro right here, and we will start with the video itself. All right, one moment, please. And as you see from the tabs, I had to do a few before I reviewed this book for you. I so kindly received this from Belba Family, so thank you guys very much for sending me your latest book for review. Let's get right into it. We have the nameplate page. Is this kind of bright? Looks kind of bright on the monitor. We'll see as we go through whether it's too bright or not. And then it says here, Mystery Mosaics, Wow Cats. This is an unusual book as the background emphasizes the beauty and the mysteriousness of the cats. So while having the colored picture, you can just exclaim, wow, cats. You will definitely love the alternative way of coloring. The typical way, or one with the X's by placing an X through each box. And that is what I do, and I have just fallen in love with it. This is a palette of 22 colors, which is indicated on the back. So I like the fact when they list all the colors and not only put the name, but they put the color, what it should look like. Let me zoom in. And a lot of your color by number books will have this, where they show exactly what lilac, although it says lilac, they got an extra letter in there. Violet, light blue, blue, and of course, like all color by number books, you don't have to match up exactly, but I like to get as close as I can to the color palette that they show. So let's zoom back out a little. Then you can see on the back cover here a few examples from a few pages, pictures if you will, from inside the book. Okay, so let's get in to the book again. Here it talks about the other books that they have, the 3x3 millimeter. They have Mystery Mosaic Passion, Mystery Mosaics Dogs, Woman, Square Mandalas, which I absolutely love that one too, and the Woman one. I think those are my other 2 favorites. And then Mystery Mosaics Gallery. And then they do have a few other types of books that are not the little squares. Okay, then like the dogs book, in the contents, it lists the type of the dog. Now this one is the type of the cat, and then they list a very famous cat of that type. So let's zoom in so you can see if this makes a little more sense. So on page 9, it's a, is it Chimera? Two-faced cat, and the famous one is called Alice. Here's a Bengal, Benedict, I don't know that, Caracal, Caesar, Russian Blue is Dasha, Abyssinian, Eve, and so on and so forth. Oh, here's a rag doll. I bet you that would be really cute. But what I'm doing is I'm just starting in their books. I do the first picture and I'm working my way all the way through the book. So I have the first 3 done. So let's zoom back out. And as you can see, there's quite a few pictures in here. So it would take a little while to get through here. Here is your palette. And as you can see, you can cut this page out and then, you know, test your mediums. And if you find, like me, because all of their books have the same color palette. So I matched mine up to my Arteza toy markers. Instead of writing them down on a separate sheet of paper, you know, maybe you want to do a color in here and then indicate somewhere, you know, Arteza toy marker and what, you know, each one is. Maybe you're using some brand of fine tips, not fine liners, I should say, and maybe you'd want to jot them in there, you know, whatever, colored pencil, whatever you're using. But again, I found that I do not like to color them in completely. I love doing the X method, and it looks like cross stitch. Yeah, and again, they have the color palette listed on the sides. Isn't that cute? I think that turned out so adorable. And, you know, zoom in again. For those of you who have not seen my past videos where I kind of showed all the X's, it's very easy to do. And you don't have to make your X's perfect, because heaven knows mine aren't. But yeah, it's really easy to do. You will have some kind of background on these cat pictures, and like here's all number 1s, which is a peach color. And then we have like 4s in here that is an orange, you know, whatnot. And I love the fact that this is a 2-sided cat. This one has a blue eye and then a green eye. Kind of reminds me of my Callie, other than the fact she has 2 green eyes. But half of her face is kind of dark and the other half is orangish because she is a calico. And the way it wraps around her eye and stuff, it just always reminds me of the Phantom of the Opera, where he's got that part of a mask on. So yeah, she reminds me of Phantom of the Opera. But yeah, that one reminds me of my Callie. Okay, and this one is on the back cover, right there. So that's where it's completely colored in. Then you have my cross stitch one. And again, I just love how this turns out. I think that is so cool. Now, there was a lot of black in this particular picture, as you can see. So that took a while to get that done. But I just did some of it. Then I went on to the heart and did the heart. And then I did some more. Did like the crown, a little bit of this. And then I finished off the black. So, you know, kind of split it up a little bit. But, oh, I love how that one turned out too. Finally, and this is my favorite out of the 3, look at that guy. Let me zoom back out a little bit. Is that not cool? Oh, I thought he turned out so neat. And look at with the small squares, because these are quite small. You would need to, if you're going to do the X method, you would need the Arteza toy markers with the fine point or fine liners in order to do it this way, because you do need a pretty fine tip to get into these X's. But because they are so fine, so, you know, small stuff, look at the detail in these pictures. I mean, they just turn out gorgeous. even by doing the X method and not coloring it in solid. So yeah, I had to do a couple of these before I even got the review done. As soon, I have been waiting for this book, and I got it a few days ago, and immediately that night I had to sit down and start the first one. So yeah, the rest of them, it probably isn't going to pay to show you too much. Here you can make out kind of, you know, the shape of the cat. But of course, these are called mystery mosaics for a reason. And that's what another thing that's so neat about these books is you really don't know how they are going to turn out. Now, because you see the color palette going this way, you know that it is a landscape picture. And you can kind of see where the eyes are. And another landscape. And then we have a portrait. Again, you can see the outline of the cat in here. But again, you just don't know what it's going to look like. Now, obviously, this is all blank, so this is going to be a white cat. You can tell that already. You don't have to color any of that in. And it's got a really short little tail. So, yeah, like I said, I don't, you know, not going to be able to show you, although you can make out this one too. So you can, especially when I look on the monitor here, you can make them out even though they're not colored in. Some of the other books, you can't make out the picture whatsoever. So it does truly make it a mystery, a mystery mosaic. Oh, you can tell that kitty's lying down. But again, if you want to know the type of cat on each one, you know, maybe you want to go to, I'm not sure if it's in here, but maybe you would like to go to the Persian page, if there's a Persian in here. You know, the front contents page would tell you right where that particular cat is, on what page. And you'll notice it's every other page because it counts the back of each page as a page number. So like this one's 35, and then it goes to 37 because this they view as page 36, even though there's not a picture on this side. So they are single-sided, but because these squares are so little, it'd be hard to do this with alcohol markers, even if you're coloring it in solid. Because there's such fine lines in between, your alcohol marker is going to bleed over quite easily because this is on Amazon paper, which is thirstier paper. So you could try alcohol markers, and you could because they are single-sided, but you would have to keep that in mind about, you know, it bleeding over the lines. So I just think water-based works better in this book. So yeah, I cannot wait to see what they come out with next. I think like birds would be a neat one, or let's see, they do a lot of realistic type books so far anyhow. I don't know if they would do anything like say, oh, I don't know, mermaids or fairies. Oh, fairies would be so neat. Flowers would be really cool too. So yeah, I'm waiting to see what they come out with next. Oh, that's cute. That one you can make out pretty good. That might be one that's on the back cover, is it? Oh yeah, it's this one. Because you can see the round circles on it. And then you can, oh, maybe not. Is there the two cats on here? No, maybe it's, no, I guess it's not that one. Must be this one. Yep, it's that one. Because I was going to say, there's only one cat in this picture. Okay, Okay, and as you can see, this particular book does not keep all the portraits together and all the landscapes together, which a number of the other companies are starting to do, which is really nice. That would be one suggestion, Belba, is Belba Family, sorry. Put like all the portrait pictures together and then put all the landscape pictures together. I don't know. It's just a picky thing, I guess, but so again, kind of hard to make them out, but you can, you know, still kind of see them, especially from far away. And then that's the end. It says, "We are Belba Family. All books are made with love for people and nature. We thank you for your choice, and we will appreciate your feedback with a review of the book on Amazon, Facebook, or Instagram. Your opinion could make our books better." And then it lists their Facebook and their Instagram information. Then we do have, if I can get to it, we do have a couple of blank sheets in the back, which is nice, especially on color by number books, so that you can test out your colors and see if it's the palette that you want. Okay? So that, like I said, is Belba Family's latest book. It is gorgeous. I love it, love it. I will link it down below in the description as always. I thank you for joining me in on this flip through video. If you liked it, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you're new to my channel. Don't forget to hit that bell so you know when I put out new content. I hope everybody's having a terrific day, and as always, happy coloring. Bye guys.